UCF, after a emotional, huge win over Cincinnati at home, travels to Memphis, 3.5-point favorite here. What do you see here?
This is a Memphis play all the way. You just have to, I just haven't thrown any money down yet. I wouldn't mind getting a 4. Nothing, not acting on 3.5, but it looks like the market might go the other way. The line has dropped with John Reese Plumlee's injury. He's in concussion protocol. And if he doesn't go, it's going to be Mikey Keene. Memphis is a top 50 team when it comes to coverage. So if Mikey Keene is the starter here, I don't think it's going to bode very well. He does not have good lifetime numbers that convince me that UCF is going to be able to roll. With Houston's strength of schedule and ease for the rest of the month, this literally could be a knockout game for UCF. So, if John Reese Plumlee ends up playing, I don't know how that concussion protocol is going to go. They can't lose this game. They will potentially be out of the running for the AAC championship game. Memphis is balanced, but the strength is Seth Hennigan's passing. He's 15-5 TD to INT, but he's had plenty of turnover-worthy plays. He does not mind trying to thread the needle through a hole. And UCF has allowed opponent passing to march the field and get into scoring opportunities. Cincy, East Carolina, SMU, Georgia Tech. They've all had over 250 yards passing. Georgia Tech had over 300 yards passing. Even Temple almost cleared the 250 mark in the air. So I think there's going to be a lot of success here out of Seth Hennigan in Memphis. It's a big underdog spot, and I think we may be playing it on the money line round robin on Saturday.
Yeah, I love Memphis here. Memphis, their defense, top 40 rush success rate, top 30 EPA per rush. This reminds me, this is almost exactly like the ECU game. ECU really good against the run. That's what you need to do against UCF, whether it's Keene or Plumlee, very limited passing the ball, and their passing comes off of the run. ECU shut down their run. I think Memphis can do the same here. And this is just a great spot for Memphis. Cincy off of a big emotional win. Memphis coming off of a bye, a much needed bye. And look, I think that they're a little undervalued in the market because they lost one of the most improbable games of the season to Houston. Onside kicks, backup kickers. They followed that game up. They were up 3 scores at ECU. They lost in quadruple overtime. Then they go to Tulane in an awful spot after 2 collapses. They find themselves down 35-0 before half. They made a big rally in the second half, but just deflating 3-week stretch. They needed this bye. And as you mentioned, Seth Hennigan leads an offense that wants to pass it, that is more successful passing it, and that's how you attack this UCF team. Again, similar to ECU with Holton Ahlers, who was able to have success against UCF. So I think it's a good matchup and a good spot. I like the Tigers. And by the way, over the past 10 years, Memphis is a perfect 5-0 against the spread as a home dog against ranked opponents. They always seem to get one of these at home at the Liberty Bowl against a ranked team. They beat UCLA, Houston, Ole Miss, SMU. Their only outright loss, and all those came outright wins. They run 4 of those as an underdog. Their only outright loss came against UCF by 1 back in 2019.